What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. We got a doozy on our hands, guys. This is the start of a massive, massive thing. President Biden not going to be happy on this. Take a look here to what happened at the U.S. House of Representatives here on the House floor. I'll let you see the footage, and then we'll go over the details here.
Just a recorded vote on this.
The recorded vote has been requested. A sufficient number having risen, the recorded vote is ordered. Members will record their votes by electronic device. This is a 5-minute vote. On this vote, the yeas are 219, the nays are 208. The resolution is adopted. Without objection, the motion reconsidered is laid on the table.
Yeah, so yesterday on the House floor, Republicans and Democrats voted along party lines. Only Republicans voted for this to approve Republicans' Lauren Boebert's resolution to send articles of impeachment to President Joe Biden of President Joe Biden to House Homeland Security and Judiciary committees. So this moves that motion forward here of potentially starting the impeachment process. Yeah, so this is a similar process of what happened to former President Donald Trump. Twice he was impeached in the House of Representatives, then it moved to the Senate. Remember, it's a two-part process. You can impeach a president in the House of Representatives with just a simple majority vote, one vote more than 50%, which the Republicans have control of the House of Representatives right now and could technically impeach him in the House. But remember, to fully remove a president, you need 2/3 of a vote in the Senate. So it's a two-part process. The first part is, well, first it has to go through committees, which then, if it moves through committees, which is like the first part of the first process in the House, if it moves through the committee votes, then it would go to the full vote in the House of Representatives, which it needs one vote more than 50%. So think kind of 51%, but one vote more than 50%, which the Republicans can do on their own. Okay. Similar to how the Democrats impeached former President Donald Trump twice. Okay, there was some Republicans that voted for, each vote was different there on former President Donald Trump. Okay, there was not any Democrats that voted here for this process of President Biden. This is not the official vote yet. This is just a vote to move it forward to committees. Okay, so keep that in mind. I will keep you up to date here. If this moves forward to the first official vote for impeachment proceedings in the House, the Republicans can, quote, impeach him in the House. That does not mean he will be removed from office, similar to how former President Donald Trump was impeached in the House, but not removed from office. Also similar to how former President Bill Clinton was impeached in the House, but then went to the Senate and was not fully removed from office, because the harder part there is to be removed completely from office as a president. You need 2/3 of a vote for in the Senate. So that in this case would be 67 votes from a Senate. That's called a super majority, and that's why if you watch my show and if you ever see polls that has around a 67%, it's considered a super majority from Americans. You ever see something like that in a poll, a super majority? That's where it's considered a super majority from Americans. Whenever you see something like that, it's a lot. Getting a supermajority in any type of poll, getting 2/3 of Americans to agree on anything, is a lot, is a lot. So that's also what it takes to override a presidential veto. So if the president vetoes something, it goes back to Congress. And if they want to override a veto, it's very difficult to do. And it takes a supermajority, 2/3 of a vote. Okay. So keep that in mind. We'll see what happens here. This could send, even if it doesn't fully pass and kick him out of office, which by the way, if that were to happen, remember, the Republicans don't just get to instill a their own president. The vice president of the United States then becomes president. In this case, Vice President Kamala Harris. So keep that in mind. You guys can let me know your thoughts on that in the comments. Of course, we'll have all sorts of different, opinions and stuff on this. Um, yeah. So, she would actually be the first woman president in history. She's the first vice president in history of the United States. She would be the first woman president in the history of the United States as well. Yeah. And wow, what a just I mean, putting aside any political preferences or what you think of her or anything, it would literally just be a milestone for something like that. You know, you know, just even thinking about something like that. But the Republicans don't just no matter what party you're you don't just get to put whatever president you want. The vice president of the United States becomes president, and then she would get to pick a vice president. So yeah, just kind of think all that through there. But even if they don't, even if say the Republicans were able to impeach him in the House, which they can do just simply with Republican votes, and then they weren't able to impeach him in the Senate, which is something that could likely happen if this were to all play out. It would just send a major message, a major political message, because this is what happened to former President Donald Trump before the next election, right? This is something that could send a big kind of shockwave through America before the next election. Say, oh, well, Biden got impeached in the House. And, we also have this, major story going through with Hunter Biden, his son, who's pleading guilty on these charges. If you didn't see that, I just did a video on that. Really just kind of reporting the facts. I don't lean either way, left or right. I really just kind of report the truth and what's going on here in our country on a daily basis. So that just happened. So really, there's just kind of a lot of, the Bidens just having kind of the whole Biden family just kind of having a rough time right now. So the Republicans could really just kind of do this just to send a political kind of, I don't know, gut punch to Biden right before the election. And really, I'm actually kind of shocked they're doing this right now and not really delaying it a little bit. If they were to delay this a little bit, of course, they're already, Lauren Boeber's kind of pushing this through right now. It actually would have been, if you're asking me, if they delayed this 6 more months or something like that, not right before the election, but 6 more months from now would have actually been a little bit better timing. But it is what it is. If you were just trying to time things politically, not that I'm vying for either side here, but this would make some people say, oh well, Biden got impeached, maybe I shouldn't vote for him. Some people would think that. But Trump's been impeached twice. There was probably some people that didn't vote for Trump because he was impeached. But obviously, of course, Trump has his own legal battles and lots of them. And I think that honestly, and of course, age is a factor definitely with Biden. Trump's 3 years younger. There's a lot of people, we've seen a lot of polls that say that they don't want to vote for either of them because of age and also legal issues and stuff like that. There's a lot of polls that said that they don't want to vote for either of them. It would be nice to see some new, fresh candidates kind of step forward. We'll see what happens here. We still got about a year and a half, actually, believe it or not, until the next election. It's November of next year. So a lot of people don't kind of really realize that. So we will see what happens. There's actually a lot of time till the next election. A lot of people don't think it's, oh, all this stuff is political, but there is actually quite some time until the next election. So let me know your thoughts. I'll keep you up to date here with everything you need to know about here on a daily basis. So if you haven't yet, click that subscribe button down below and the bell icon. I'll keep you up to date here. It's completely free to do so. And thank you for liking and share these videos with anybody you need to know about or needs to know this. There's the share button down below. Here's some videos you should watch next. What just happened at Home Depot is pretty shocking to a lot of Americans. And here's the video about Hunter Biden going to plead guilty to charges and how it's going to affect President Biden as well. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.